So look, today's show is all about a new pellet from Manchester Pellets. Guys, on this one, it is going to be made from 100% debarked hardwoods. You're going to get an ultra low ash content. There is no sawmill waste or any cheap filler woods, no artificial flavorings or no fake flavorings at all. And to top it off, I have a little 2-pound pork brisket here. That is right, pork brisket. We are gonna run this half like a brisket and half like a set of ribs. In other words, I am gonna run this at about 200 1/4. I am gonna take it right up to the stall. We wanna get as much smoke on it as we can. After we hit the stall, I will get out the rib trickery and hit it with some butter. Hit it with some brown sugar, wrap it up in some foil, and get it back on the pit. We will take it right up to toothpick tender or around 200. What I want to do here is let's turn our attention down to the board. I want to get this seasoned up, and then I want to get on over to the pit, get some pellets in there, and fire it up. This one's gonna get a good old SPG from Uncle Steve's Shake. I definitely do dig this stuff because it has no added sugar, which is perfect for me. So look, like I always say, anytime you fire up any pellet grill and you start getting that smoke build up under the hood, open it up, let that smoke dissipate, close the hood, and continue to your preheat. So guys, look, as we come up to temp on this pit here, I will be monitoring the temperature 2 ways, one with my wireless and one with my wired, both from Chef Temp. It is a delicate piece of protein. It is a delicate piece of meat, so we don't want to run it too hot. We've got to stay at that 200 1/4 or so and bring it up slowly, spritzing along the way right up into the stall. Now look, let's get on over to the pit. Let's get the little pork brisket in, and I'll bring you guys back on the first spritz. So guys, important to note again here, I will be monitoring the point section of this little pork brisket and also the flat section. So we are about an hour in on the smoke here up on the screen now. We did do 1 spritz. I wanted to bring you back for that spritz, and as you can see, the Z Grill is doing what the Z Grill does, and that is definitely laying down the smoke. And I gotta tell you, man, there is definitely a different smell of smoke in the air using these pellets over, let's say, like a Pit Boss pellet or something. So look, another, maybe another hour. Again, we want to take this up to the stall. Once we hit that stall, we'll bring you guys back. I'll wrap it up and we will move the cook along. Alrighty, look, we are a little over 2 hours in. We are reading at about 155, 157. That is very early into the stall. That said, I do want to get it off. I want to get it on the board and take this cook to the next step. I've done these pork briskets in the past, and I've also seen a few done, and it is real important to not overcook it. You don't want to go too into the stall, and you don't want to go too into that 200 range, because you will definitely dry it out. And as you can see, we got plenty of moisture dripping off this. That is a good sign. This is the first time I am going to foil wrap it, and I will do it just like ribs here at this point. I'm going to go with the butter, with the brown sugar. I will not put any sauce on it, but I will spritz it down with some plain old water just to get a little bit of moisture in there. There you go. Oh, yeah. So a quick wrap, a quick getting it on the pit. And again, always remember when you probe the protein, when you take it out, if you're 157 or so, when you get it back on the pit and you probe it, especially if you've got foil, you want to be around that 157 just to know that you are hitting it in the right spot. Yeah. Alrighty guys, look, so we are looking pretty good here. I definitely like what I see. I didn't want to leave it in too much longer into that stall because this is a very delicate piece of protein. You let it go a little bit too far and you are going to dry it out. So I got it back in the pit. We will just let it run, like I said, to that toothpick tender. At that time, I'll bring you back. So look, we are just under 3 hours and we are showing about 197 internal. That is good enough for me. We don't want to let it go too far. We don't want to dry it out. Let's get it off. Let's get it on the board. Quick rest. We will slice it open and talk about it. So I did do a little bit of a boo-boo here as I laid it in the pit. I should have laid it down like that. I did lay it the other way, so we did lose a little bit of juice. No big deal. There is plenty of juice in there. I can guarantee you that. We will let it sit on the board for about 5-10 minutes. Then we will unwrap it, as you can see. At that point, another 10-15 minutes sit. That is all I can wait. And we will move right over to the slicing it up. And of course, I will go right to the point. Look, the way it works, the more fat you are going to get in something like this, the more juices you are going to get. And as you could see, as I am slicing it, when we hit the fat, we hit the juice here, right there. And I probably, as I mentioned later in the video, could have probably let it go for about another 10-15 minutes or so. But hey, man, this is, you don't want to go too far, because something like this, you will dry it out really fast. And as you can see, we got plenty of moisture, and that is what you want. Yeah. Alrighty, man, I hope the cameras were able to pick up the juice on this. I mean, it is definitely juicy. I did do an off-camera taste. Hit another one right here. The real reason we are here are these Manchester Pellets. I mean, they are just it's hard to put my finger on it. It is a clean tasting piece of protein, that is for sure. You get a little bit of a blast of a smoke, but it is just different, man. It just hits a little bit different than a different type of pellet, that is for sure. Again, it is very hard to put my finger on it. I know the smell is completely different. The smell just smells cleaner, smells more like a wood type smell, that is for sure. I think what is in order, and leave me a comment down below if you want to see this. I do have another pellet grill. I think an AB is in order, maybe a rib in here, a rib in there. Maybe I'll do Pit Boss pellets in here, and I'll do the Manchester Pellets in that one. That way I can get a clean AB. Maybe I can grab some people from town to help me do an AB. We will see. Other than that, that is it for this show. I will leave all information down below on these pellets. Definitely check them out, and definitely keep an eye on the show for that AB with the ribs. That'll be coming soon. Other than that, I appreciate you all for watching. Don't forget, I have a YouTube join button down below. You can support the show that way. You can support the show with Patreon. Everything used on the show is down in the description. And until next time, we will see you soon.